We're very excited to showcase this program here in digital marketing. This is an intensive program, a longer form, rigorous program that really covers many different sectors and verticals within the area of digital marketing. So as we make our way through today's session together, we're very honored to be learning shoulder to shoulder with each and every one of you about digital marketing, advance your career in digital marketing with this boot camp. So this course is really designed to help you to springboard into some career advancement opportunities. And we want to showcase that for you here today as we tell you more about this program. We're going to spend about an hour together, and we'll be doing two key things here on the session today. We'll be talking about this program specifically, what you'll be learning, what is that curriculum, and how is that going to help you with your organizational and professional goals. The other thing that we're going to be talking about is how is that content delivered? So as you think about your learning experience more broadly, who you are as a learner and what your aims and objectives are, we want to showcase for you the ways that we've delivered this content to ensure that you have the very best learning experience and that you're able to take your learning into a place of real-time action. So those are the areas we're going to talk about, what you're going to be learning and how you're going to be learning as we make our way through today's session. So with that, here's our agenda. I'll introduce to you in just a moment your program faculty as well as today's subject matter expert and keynote speaker. We'll talk about the learning experience. We'll talk about next steps. And as promised there, we'll get to all of your questions at the end as well. So you'll notice some of the slides have a lot of information, bio details on your faculty and other areas that you may want to come back and review after today's session. So rest assured, we're going to give you all of the materials that you need to help you come back and review. And certainly if you have any technical issues, you can come back in and take a look at all of what we cover here today. So with that, why join a Columbia Business School program? We know you have options as you think about advancing your learning in this area of digital marketing. Certainly there are ways that you can approach your learning. So what sets Columbia Business School apart? And we wanted to set the stage for you as you think about this ecosystem that you're joining. Columbia Business School is really setting forth for us the mission, the pedagogical approach to the learning experience. So one of the things you'll want to know about your school, about the school that you're joining here, is it has a historical reputation here. It was established in 1916, really aimed to help provide business training and professional preparation to both graduate and undergraduate students at Columbia University. Since then, it's become one of the world's leading business schools. It has excellent faculty. You'll see that today as we develop out this curriculum here together. Faculty who are not only experts in their field, but really are thinking about the ways in which students are learning and helping bring their expertise to learners such as you to help provide you with that thought leadership and that knowledge that's going to help you make a transformational impact on your profession and in your organization. So certainly the overarching mission here is really bringing your learning into a place of action. And one of the interesting things about Columbia Business School is it's the only top business school that's located in the global business hub of New York City. So New York City is the global business hub, and you have Columbia Business School right there interacting in real time with this very vibrant and dynamic proximity to this business hub. So as you think about bringing your learning into a place of action, that is par for the course. That is the day-to-day experience of participating in a Columbia Business School program. So if that's what you're looking to do, really learn in an actionable way, there's no better place than one that's really doing that and has been for many years at bringing to life in real time the learning and the expertise that exists within the incredible sort of wealth of knowledge there at Columbia Business School. In addition to the pedagogical approach of transformative learning, you'll see also listed here in the slide is some information about your alumni community that you'll be joining here. The school has over 47,000 alumni in 133 countries, 70 alumni clubs globally, and you'll notice some of the accolades listed for this alumni community, including presidents of the United States, justices of the peace award-winning, Academy Awards, heads of states, and so forth. So you're joining a truly illustrious and group of alumni here. So as you think about your learning, a big part of your learning experience is going to be learning shoulder to shoulder with your peers throughout the program. So we've built in a lot of opportunity for you to get to know one another, your global cohort of peers. So not only are you going to be learning about how the concepts in this program apply to your work, your professional role, your industry, your geography, but really that peer learning experience where you're learning shoulder to shoulder with a global cohort is going to help you to really have that sort of broadened perspective. You'll be able to see these concepts come to life in other areas and in other ways, and really get that tapestry of ideas as you learn shoulder to shoulder with your peers. So that's one of the things that we'll showcase for you here on the session. Your team, this sort of robust teaching and learning team that you're joining, it includes your peers, it includes your course leaders and your program faculty. The program faculty who designed this program is Kinshuk Jarath. He's a professor of business at Columbia Business School. And we wanted to provide you with some of the information here about his background. He really focuses on technology-enabled marketing, primarily in online advertising. So that's the sort of big crux of his background in retail and customer management. He focuses on strategy development and measurement with data. So really using data in new and interesting ways to think about marketing and to think about digital marketing and reinvent marketing. So his research has appeared in many top tier marketing journals. He serves on editorial boards of the journals of marketing science, production and operations management, and others. He's consulted for several Fortune 500 companies and has served as an expert in legal cases. So certainly at the helm of the curriculum, we have a true expert here who's designed this program for us. So we look forward to learning more about ways in which you can engage with faculty throughout your time in the program. But as we think about the curriculum, I want to open up the floor here and invite into the spotlight today's subject matter expert and keynote presenter here. Very pleased and honored to be joined by Dimitris Kouripas. I'm here to really help walk through those programs, the specifics, and give us that detailed understanding. So Dimitris, I'm going to invite you in here to say hello and to take us away in the program specifics. So Dimitris, welcome. Good to have you here. Over to you for the next part of today's agenda.
Thank you very much, Marie, and hello, everybody. All right, so welcome, everybody, for this digital marketing intensive program, or I would say the information related to this digital marketing program. So why digital marketing is so important today? I think we can clearly see that companies, they spend already more than 260 billion on digital marketing advertisement. According to LinkedIn, in 2020, there have been more than 1.6 million job postings, and probably by far more in 2021. So digital marketer is a job which is ranked among the top 10 jobs. And this is why it's very important. And out of those 260 billion digital marketing and advertisement, about 24% is spent in social media. So it's very important if you are in business to know about digital marketing. It might be very important for all of you or many among you to consider that as a career if you're not there already. So in this program, this is designed actually to have a comprehensive overview of digital marketing and the different tools, including display advertisement, search engine marketing, social media, influencer marketing, and much more that we will talk about that later on. So what you will learn in this marketing is certainly you will master the essentials of digital marketing channels like display, search, social media, and you will learn more about content marketing, which is very important to pull consumers to your digital touchpoints. And then we will explore the key trends of digital marketing industry, including artificial intelligence, machine learning, and automation. You will discover frameworks that they can help you to measure and implement and optimize different parts of marketing and measure the outcomes of all your actions and your digital marketing campaigns. And very important, you're going to learn not only how to collect important data, but also how to use the data to target consumers and to engage them. So on one side, you can learn how to use data to create the right profile of the customer, the persona, as we call it, to target them accurately and eventually to engage them. We will learn also a lot about data privacy. Now, for whom this program is for? On one side, it is certainly important for everybody who works already in marketing. People that they might have the title of marketing manager or marketing analyst or brand manager, communication manager. It's very important to broaden their understanding about digital marketing and have hands-on experience on the latest tools and techniques related to marketing, but also how to use analytics to measure and continuously improve performance in digital marketing. Then it's very important for anybody who considers digital marketing as a career. That's what we call the career switchers, exactly because there is so much demand for digital marketers. So that's a great bootcamp to learn everything about digital marketing from scratch within 6 months. It's very important for consultants because no matter what your clients are doing, they certainly need to excel in digital marketing, so you can help them if you understand that the digital marketing perform much better. And certainly it is very important for business owners. Any business that you have today, digital marketing is critical to succeed. So you will learn about different frameworks that will help you to improve performance of your business. So as you can see here, this is a program for 6 months. It's intensive, so we expect you to spend about 15 to 20 hours per week so that you can learn, digest this information, connect with your peers, share your opinion and perspectives on different forums that there will be in this course. And there are 21 weeks with a lot of information in each of them. We will talk about that. We will also have a lot of important guests, subject matter experts, that they will talk about many important topics in digital marketing, like marketing attribution, or what is the evolution of marketing and future of marketing, how brands use influencer marketing, how we can improve effectiveness, and how we can measure better advertising in digital marketing, how we can build brands in today's digital world. Very important, how we can succeed in customer acquisition or conversion. And very important also how we can blend technology, science, and art so that we can improve in digital marketing. So you can see all the different profiles of the subject matter experts and how they can contribute to your learning experience. And all those guest speakers, they are affiliated to great brands that you probably know, like Coca-Cola, Google, Samsung, Dell, Facebook, Unilever, and many others. And you will hear very interesting stories about many among them. Let's see how the 21 weeks will look like in brief. So week 1, we will start with introduction to digital marketing. What is the evolution of media? What is the evolution of digital marketing? What are the differences between digital marketing and traditional marketing, and how important it is to use both of them together in order to succeed? But also we will learn about the negative effects of online advertisement to consumers, or new trends and potential trends on social media advertisement. Week 2, we will start talking about the customer journey, how customers decide, how they learn about different products or services, and what is the funnel, and what are the different stages in the funnel, and how marketing channels are aligned for the different stages. What are the metrics that we can use to measure performance in the different levels of different stages of the funnel? What are the potential bottlenecks that companies face when they run a digital marketing campaign, and how we can prevent, how we can avoid having those bottlenecks? Week 3, we start talking about data. And data is critical for digital marketing. Today, we have more data than ever before, and we need to keep collecting more and more data, but not only collecting the data, but most important, using the data, acting on data, having valuable insights based on data. So how we collect and use data, how we can use it to create an accurate consumer profile in the age of customization and personalization the consumers, and provide the right content to them so that they get engaged and they appreciate the contact with us. So we learn also about data privacy regulations and the challenges that all marketers have with that and how we can manage it. Week 4, we will start talking about one of the important channels in digital marketing, which is display advertisement. We will talk about the programmatic ecosystem, what are the essentials for display advertisement, how they fit in the different levels of the marketing funnel, and also you will have the opportunity to have hands-on experience to create a display advertisement campaign on Google, and also create your own display ad. I think that will be very important for all of you. Week 5, we will keep talking about display advertisement, but this time we will spend more time talking about metrics and targeting. We will talk about the roles of advertising agencies in all this display advertising process, and how important is viewability, what metrics we use to measure how successful our digital campaign has been. Week 6, we keep talking about measuring the investment on display advertisement. So it's not only the viewability, is where is the money? What is the return on our investments? So we'll talk much more about effectiveness of display advertisement, and we'll learn different methods that will help us to optimize it on going forward. We'll start talking about the search channel, if we can call it a channel. People search today. This is how they start usually their customer journey for any kind of product or any kind of service. They go to internet and they search based on what we call keywords, and searching for something that shows intention. Those are the warm leads, the customers that probably either they want to learn about something or they want to buy something. So it's very important to generate traffic from what people search on Google. So we'll start talking about search engine optimization. How can we optimize our website or different digital touch points so that we can rank on the top of Google when somebody is looking for a product or a service, so that they can come directly to our website to learn more about that. This is very important for digital marketing. But many companies have difficulty to attract automatically from Google a lot of this traffic. It's very difficult because there is a lot of competition to be on the first page at the very top. So many companies they decide to advertise. That's what we call PPC, pay-per-click, or SEM, search engine marketing. In that case, we pay Google or any other search engine to advertise and be on the top of the page. And then we will learn how this mechanism works, what are the options, what means the quality scores, and how that is very important to succeed versus our competition. We will keep learning in week 9 for tools to further measure return on investment for advertisement, and also specifically about search advertising. There are different techniques. We will learn this difference in differences technique, and you will have the opportunity to work on a case study and work on numbers related to Google versus also Bing in that case. Week 10, we'll move into social media. We will talk about social media marketing, how the world changes, what is the universe of social media. This is a two-way communication with consumers. They talk back to us. It's not only about brands talking to the consumers, and how we can generate engaging content that resonates with consumers. Content in social media many times need to be different than the content that we create for different touch points, digital touch points like our website. And of course, when we talk about social media, is not only how brands generate engaging content, but also how the brands can motivate their content. This is user-generating content, which is very important for social media. And of course, we will talk again about metrics, how we can learn, improve our performance in social media. Week 12, it will be more about viral marketing. We all heard about content that goes viral, how we can succeed and how we can disseminate content using influencers or micro-influencers and different levels of influencers within our sector. We will learn also about the steps framework, which is important, how to create viral content, and what are the dynamics and the differences between big seed marketing versus viral marketing. So a lot of new terminology, especially for people that they don't work in digital marketing today. Week 13, we will continue with a different channel, email marketing. That sounds not so exciting many times. However, it's very important because email can help us to personalize our messages to this specific consumer, which is the expectation of consumers today, to receive customized or ideally personalized information. So with email marketing, we can engage consumers that we know probably better, much easier than through different kinds of channels. What's also very important about email, a lot of email, so that we can create this continuous information stream to consumers, more automated and more engaging for the consumers. We will also talk about the affiliate marketing, and we can consider the different advantages, the different pros and cons of affiliate marketing. Week 14, we will talk more about content. In today's world, that there is more content than what we can digest, content can become noise if it's not relevant to the consumers. So it's very important knowing the consumers and knowing their micro moments to serve them with the right content so that they enjoy the experience. So we will talk about content and what are the relevant metrics, how we can effectively use what we call inbound marketing channels, how we can serve the consumer with the right content across the customer decision journey so that consumers see us as a trusted source of information and they keep coming to us. We can pull consumers instead of pushing information to them. This is very important for all brands, especially for B2B brands. Week 15, we're going to talk about something else which is very difficult in marketing. It's the marketing attribution. We spend our money and our effort in many different actions across many different touch points and many different channels in the funnel. And then we try to understand which action and in which channel is more important for our business. Which one help us to generate more traffic? Which one can bring us more conversions? How they contribute to our business. There are many different rules and different methodologies, and this is what we're going to learn in this week 15, which is very important to help us to allocate better our budget and our resources as well. Week 16, we will talk about budget allocation again and how we can keep optimizing it. Today, we talk many times about real-time marketing, and that means we measure not once per week or once per month, we measure every day, and we have to keep optimizing what we do every day as well. Or we need to fix ugly experiences to the consumers in few minutes or in few seconds. So it's very important not only to plan and execute a digital marketing campaign, but to keep learning every day and maybe experiment or optimize our campaign all the time. So that will be week 16. Week 17, we talk again about data. We have a lot of data, and we will keep having more and more data, and we will have the appetite to collect more and more data, and it will be more and more important for our business to use data so that we can execute correctly and we can engage consumers. It's impossible to manage it with traditional databases, Excel sheets, etc. So this is why we use many different tools today, and this is why automation and artificial intelligence, it's very important to help us use the data all the time, every day, every week, every month, so that we can perform better than our competitors. So we'll talk about technology. We'll talk about algorithms. You need the right data scientists, that they have a holistic understanding of what is going on in your digital marketing, in your sector, so that you have the right algorithms, or sometimes using the right algorithms for your business from different software and solutions that exist in the market. We'll talk also about ethics and fairness related to digital marketing and social media and targeting. In this week 18, we will talk more about B2B. Digital marketing has, let's say, B2C and B2B have a lot in common, but there are some differences as well. So in week 18, we will talk more about the differences, what makes B2B different than B2C, how important is to generate leads and warm leads as much as possible for the sales team, and how we can drive the right web traffic to our touch points. That could be a website, it can be extranet, and eventually how important is content marketing and education for all the B2B sectors. Week 19, we'll talk about branding. Branding in the new digital era is a bit different comparing to branding with traditional marketing, because here we have consumers talking about the brands as well. So it's very important to talk about branding in the digital age, understanding the fundamentals of branding theory, brand loyalty, brand equity, but also very important how you position or reposition many times your brand, and how you make sure that your messaging and how you behave as well to consumers is consistent. So branding is very important, especially in the current digital age, that there is more information and more noise. So customers need to trust some brands that they will help them to take a much easier decisions going forward. Week 20, we will talk about the challenges to execute your marketing plan. Everybody knows in business that unless the different parts of the business, the people collaborate together, everything might stay as a wish, as a PowerPoint presentation. So it's very important to have the right organizational structure, to have the right incentive structure so that you can succeed. We will talk about the frictions that usually happen between different departments and different silos in organizations, and the risks about executing a digital marketing program. It's critical always that the whole ecosystem, people that they are part of the payroll of the company, but also the extended ecosystem of agencies and different companies and providers and technology providers, they work all together to provide a great experience to your customers. Week 21, it will be the capstone project. So that will be the opportunity for all of you to use all this knowledge and run a marketing campaign depending on what is more relevant to your business or to your aspirations. So there are 6 different cases over there, and you need to work on 3 out of them. So there are different scenarios. One scenario is that you work for a large organization that sells through retailers online and offline, and you need to create a marketing campaign within a specific budget. So how you can plan the right marketing campaign for a large organization that sells through online and offline channels through retailers. Then there is another scenario where you are a retailer, an established retailer that you sell both online and offline. How you can create a great omni-channel campaign so that you can engage consumers. There will be another scenario where you are simply a direct-to-customer startup, and you need to create a marketing campaign in that case. Another scenario is that you are a local restaurant and you need to work on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, to engage people to come to your restaurant and share their experience to others as well and influence them. Then another scenario will be related to, again, marketing campaign working together with an advertising agency. And the last scenario, the scenario 6, is B2B related scenario. So that will be relevant to the week where we're going to learn much more about B2B. So this is how the different 21 weeks are going to look like. Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. I am here just very interested as you've marched your way through these modules and particularly towards this capstone project. And certainly, as we think about the capstone project, it's a chance to really take what you've learned and put it into action. So, we do talk a lot about the way in which this capstone project is designed to really help you target and focus your objectives and your learning in the program. Could you describe a little bit more about studies and how they're used to also help to strengthen participant understanding throughout the program?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, we will have 3 case studies, and they are real world case studies. So on one side, there is one that is focused on SEM, on search engine marketing. And practically, you will work with different numbers to see what works well and what can work better in that case. There is another one from Start Digital, where there are many, they experiment with different display advertisement and what works better and what does not work so well. So again, you will work with different metrics to measure performance. And there is another one with the Ford Fiesta, where Ford used a lot social media to promote their new model at that time, Fiesta, and that will help you again to practice what you learn in this course related to social media. Except of those case studies, of course, there will be, as we shared earlier on, a lot of stories on many important brands like Coca-Cola, Unilever, Facebook, etc., that you will learn more from our guests.
Terrific. I certainly always have appreciated case study analysis as a way of taking your learning, applying it to a real world scenario, and then being able to look at what happened. So, really, like a based on a true story example of these concepts coming to life, you're able to identify key challenges, areas of strategy, and apply these to other industries as well. And so, one of the things I know we often get questions on this program is this the right course for me? I'm in the technology industry, or I'm in the healthcare industry, or I'm in the finance industry. And as I think about digital marketing, is this really the right program? So, case studies are a way for you to really take the concepts that you're learning, apply them to an industry based in a true story example that can be applied to other industries. So, it's a way to really examine deeply and broadly in a way that's, even though we're focusing on the automotive industry and some of the others here, it's still agnostic in the sense that you take those learnings and you can apply them elsewhere. Demetrius, would you agree with that as well?
I fully agree with you, Marie. Yes, the principles are the same, no matter in which industry everybody is. And I would say the principles are the same also between B2B and B2C. There are a few differences, but what we will learn in this course, it will apply to all of you, no matter in which sector you are.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up that distinction there with B2B and B2C. We often get that question as well, depending on your target focus or the areas you'd like to go into. And certainly those distinctions are made throughout the program. If you have any questions in this area of program fit or ways in which this course is going to help you with your organization, your industry, your geography, or the challenge you're working on or working towards, let us know here in the question box. There are a lot of guest speakers that we talk about. We talk about industry agnostic course, and that's one of the reasons why we've dived into these various areas here, and we've called in expert voices to come in from these various affiliations to come and speak about their areas of expertise to really give you that from the source information, from the source knowledge. So this isn't a, what do they call it, a sample course where we're just giving you concepts that we've collected, but we really are drawing in those expert voices. And this is one of the things that makes this program truly unique and truly remarkable, and sets it apart from any other learning experience, certainly that I've encountered. Anything to talk about or draw attention to as we think about the guest speaker affiliations and how that's going to help strengthen the learning here?
I think that will be a great learning for everybody in this course. Hearing from people that they are in the market, that they've been working on having many different challenges in different sectors, and sharing with us their stories, real stories from different sectors. So I think that will be great actually for the learning experience of everybody.
And I agree with that. The other thing that this program provides, and thank you to, you're asking what industry certifications are awarded. And that's another thing we've called your attention to here, some of those certifications. And we won't go into a lot of detail here because we want to make sure we have time for questions. But this is another one of those areas that really this program provides not only the learning that you need, the professional connections that you'll be making with your teaching team and your peers, really broadening out your professional network, but also really getting these certifications here. These are we wanted to call this out for you as well. So you can see this program has a lot of big kind of returns on your investment as you make your way through your learning. You're earning these as you go and getting certified. So certainly a lot of opportunity. I see several of you are here to advance your career, to upskill, to learn, fill in the gaps in knowledge that you can bring digital marketing into your work, into your professional role. And so certainly having those certifications, having that professional network is going to go a long way in helping you to do that. As part of that learning experience, two key words really come to mind as you think about the learning experience here with this program: highly interactive. So the first word is interactive. You're going to be engaging with a robust circle of teaching and learning. Not only yourself as an individual learner, but your peers as you learn shoulder to shoulder. You're going to see that tapestry of ideas really come to life as you learn, as well as your peers in other industries and in other geographies. Outside of that, you have your course leaders at the helm of that day-to-day experience. Course leaders are really helping to facilitate all that you see here on your screen. I'm going to underline some of it here. So there are video lectures in the program, assignments, discussions, activities, real world tools and technologies. We called your attention to some of those on the previous slide. And your course leaders are really helping to walk you through these activities as you make your way through your learning. You're learning together with your peers, but you're assisted by subject matter experts who've been selected to come into this program. These are industry area experts and provide you with that day-to-day teaching support. So you'll be able to turn on your video and your audio, come into office hours, ask questions. As you submit assignments, you'll get that detailed, individualized feedback on your assignments. It's not simply to submit for completion, but you really are submitting to your teaching team so that you can have that iterative process of learning. Your course leaders are a big part of that learning experience. And then beyond that, of course, you have your faculty. We introduced your program faculty at the helm of your curriculum, and a layer beyond that, Columbia Business School, this larger ecosystem that you're joining, which really drives on transformational learning, transformational change. And so these are some of the ways that we'll be interacting with one another throughout the program. We've touched on a lot of these areas here. The two things that I want to draw your attention to that we haven't gone into a lot of detail about are the program support components. In addition to all that we've described on your teaching and learning team, you also have 24/7 support around the clock for any of your technological needs in the program. If you need any support at all at any time in the program, you're going to have that support at the ready in real time. And then finally, the career coaching components. For those of you really looking to springboard into some career advancement opportunities, not only are you going to have your learning here from this program, not only are you going to have your professional network that you've gained in learning with your peers, but you also have that individualized coaching as you seek to bring your learning into the job market and get prepared for the next level in your career. So that coaching is a big part of the program and what sets it apart as well. We've devoted an entire slide here to letting you know more about what you can expect with the career preparation components here. Again, course leaders are there really helping to coach you, helping you to reach your learning goals, giving you those skills that you need to be job ready. Job placement is not guaranteed, but you do have the opportunity to get that career coaching around all of these areas described here on the screen, from navigating your job search to rebuilding a resume, designing a cover letter, preparing for your first interview, getting tips on how to navigate that interview process, crafting your elevator pitch, or sort of the 5 minutes or less, what do you do and what are you hoping to do? One-on-one coaching, negotiation around salary, mentoring by industry professionals, guidance with your LinkedIn profile. All of this is built within the program. So as you complete that career content component of the program, That one-to-one coaching gives you that 6 months of job readiness training. Really, all of this aimed at helping you to achieve those goals and work towards the grand finale here, which is a chance to earn a credential from Columbia Business School. So truly a unique opportunity for you to formalize your training, not only gain those skills and that knowledge, but you're broadening out your professional network, you're gaining peers and colleagues, and you're working towards a credential that formalizes your training and really helps to showcase your learning and expertise. So that's what we've shown for you here on the screen, an example of that certificate of completion. And you'll see here it's signed by the dean here of the business school. It'll have your name and the date on it. And this is a certificate that you can post on your social media, bring with you to those job interviews. And again, really showing that, demonstrating your commitment to knowledge around digital marketing and the ways in which you've explored these themes and topics. So certainly an opportunity here as well. This is our last and final slide here of the day. As you can see here, we're calling your attention to some of the logistical information for the program, the course start date. You'll see it's a 6-month program, and we're estimating 15 to 20 hours per week. As you look ahead across that 6 months, you're looking from week to really identify those windows, that 15 to 20 hours a week. This can happen, in the morning before work, lunch break, in the afternoons when the children are sleeping, in the evenings and weekends. Really, you're able to design that 15 to 20 hours around what works best for you. We talked a minute ago about the learning experience. I said there were 2 words that describe the learning experience. We talked about the high level of relationship building, that interactive learning experience. The other piece of it is convenience, right? So being able to really blend together a program that allows you to have that synchronous learning, that chance to engage live in real time, but also design a schedule that works for you. And so that piece of it is here, that 15 to 20 hours, you're really able to identify that within any given week around a schedule that works for you. Any of the live synchronous content in the program is recorded, just like today's session. So even if you have to miss a live session, you'll be able to go back through in the platform and have a simulated live experience as you watch the recording and catch up. So again, an opportunity for you to have an interactive experience as well as a highly convenient one brought to you here in the online environment. The next steps here are to get connected with an advisor if you haven't done so already. As I mentioned, our advisors are with us. They're helping to answer. To get connected with an advisor, you'll want to go over to the landing page, the course landing page, the course website. And we have the link here on the screen. You're not able to click on the screen, but if you open your chat box, you'll see the link is there as well. So I'm going to ask our host to post that for us once again here. Get that landing page link there in the chat box. And that's going to take you over to a page that looks very similar to what you see here on your screen. And if you click on this orange Apply Now button here, I'm circling it so you can see it. That will invite you to schedule a meeting with one of our program academic advisors. So you'll be able to get more information about the program as well as get connected with an advisor, a detailed source there with your academic advisor, as well as all of the registration and enrollment information. There's a link in the chat. There's also an email address. If you prefer to reach out by email, you can certainly do that here at Columbia. That's listed there for you in your chat as well. So a lot of ways to get connected starting right here, right now, but that high level of engagement and support begins here with today's session. So we want to thank you all for joining and being here, and we hope you'll reach out, get connected with an advisor. We're going to close out the session here in just a few moments, but otherwise I want to invite our keynote subject matter expert back into the frame here for any closing remarks. We have Emeritus still with us.
What's very important is I've been in marketing the last 40 years and digital marketing the last 25 years. What I can see right now is that there is more and more demand for great digital marketing marketers, and that's a great opportunity for all of you. Of course, everything keeps changing, and that's why we need to keep learning, no matter how many years we are in digital marketing. I keep doing that. So I believe this is a great program. It's intensive. It's fast track, although it's 6 months, it's fast track because there is a lot of information you need to digest over there, but I believe it's going to be a great asset for your career.
Absolutely. And thank you to you, Demetrius, for being here and for helping to describe the program and dive a little bit more deeply into the curriculum and how that through line of logic throughout the program, helping folks to get job market ready. So, Demetrius, an absolute honor and pleasure learning from you here today. Thank you again for joining and for being here with us to tell us about the program. We want to leave you with a heartfelt good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. Thanks again for joining. Bye-bye.